Thanks, Jade. New tonight, a follow-up to a First Alert 6 exclusive. A local court fight over tens of millions of dollars.
Yeah, both sides have agreed to put future payments into a trust account while the fraud allegations are sorted out. Here's the background. The company who is being sued is Banyan Medical Solutions, which also has Banyan Capital, Banyan Holding, Banyan Technology. The Omaha-based business creates virtual nursing solutions and efficiencies for hospitals across the country. The owner is Tony Buddha Jr. An Oregon investment company, Dex Capital, filed a lawsuit claiming Banyan Medical was diverting hospital payments that it was supposed to get. Nearly $30 million worth, another $100 million in the pipeline. In court documents, the owner of Banyan Medical alleges his chief legal officer defrauded the company by $21 million. This week, both sides agreed to keep the temporary restraining order in place through August. So that means all future dollars coming through the medical contracts into the fund will remain untouched until the court case is concluded. Yesterday, I sat in a court hearing in Douglas County District Court where another investment company called GPH Atoka Holdings, which provides real estate services in Texas, is also suing Banyan Medical Solutions, claiming it hasn't been getting its money either. Well, that case now gets moved to the Douglas County District Court judge hearing the original lawsuit. We'll continue to follow lawsuits here at First Alert 6 and let you know of any new major developments.